Good evening, everyone. It's a Friday evening, and today we're going to do something a little bit more fun compared to some of the other videos that I've been posting. What's interesting is what you can learn about what people are searching from across the world. And the best tool for you to be able to do that is something called Google Trends. So, Google Trends is a website that keeps a lookout for all the Google searches, and you can basically compare, the frequency of search terms from well, compare keywords, based on geographic region, across different languages, and you can sort them, real time just to see who's searching for what, when, and how often. So the whole idea of Google search was, it was just meant to be a way to analyze and aggregate, the interest that people had on, specific topics or fields, right? So now, obviously, Google's been around for a very, very long time. So now it has basically morphed into this huge data utilization tool. Um, and it helps you kind of, see trends, like what are people looking for? Are there any specific events that happen? I mean, all these different factors that happen around us on a day-to-day basis. You will be able to notice this within, the search trends themselves. It's that powerful. You can use it to track trends in, social attitudes, political, matters, sports, entertainment, basically anything that anybody's actually looking for. So Google, by virtue of being a search engine, and YouTube, by virtue of being a video hosting platform, these two are the biggest, search engines in the world, right? So, um, the amazing thing is using these kind of tools, and especially with, when you start typing a question within the Google search bar or even within YouTube, you have this autocomplete feature, and this actually helps you to kind of understand, what exactly people are typing, and this is a way for you to also market your products, because sometimes, you're creating a blog, you're creating a website, you're trying to figure out how to reach out to, an audience. This is probably one of the easiest way for you to figure out, what people are searching for. And in case you are trying to build content, let's say, to drive traffic to your website, this is an amazing way, and it's a free way for you to figure out, what people are searching for, number one, and you can get as specific as possible, right? So the whole idea, I know a lot of times people talk, quantity over quality, but they're both just as important, especially when, you're trying to create videos and when you're trying to market your products themselves. So this is an amazing way for you to figure out, what people are actually looking for. You can also use this, to find queries that, to actually beat your competition. And it's funny today. Um, the CEO in our company actually forwarded a thread to us today on Twitter, where somebody actually did this exact same thing, right? So basically, the hack was, bidding on competitors' names with Google Ads, right? So apparently, in this particular instance, there was a list of competitors, but none of them got, sufficient search volume because they were all pretty small and had absolutely no marketing. So they figured out what people would actually type into Google when they needed a particular type of service, and they were able to, drive down the cost of clicks and acquisitions to such an extent that, a small budget mushroomed into a completely massive, turnaround. Not well, not turnaround, but turnover for them, right? So it's actually, very, very effective, especially, and that's the reason why they talk about, SEO optimization. And this is just one facet of digital marketing. Out of the fun part, when you look at 2021, this is, I just picked out some of the things that the most searched, items on the internet, and here's a list. So we have doom scrolling, which was searched more than ever globally. Um, So searches for the United States Capitol Hill, spiked up in January, a lot. I mean, more so than even, COVID-19 vaccine, by the way. Searches for affirmations reached an all-time high, which kind of makes sense because a lot of people were dealing with, mental disorders or mental fatigue, and I mean everybody was just trying to find ways to get better. The world also searched for sea shanties in 2021. People searched for mittens because of Bernie Sanders, image. When he was sitting there, with his legs crossed and his hands crossed with the mittens. So that was something that was pretty interesting. A lot of people, looked for the lottery themselves, even more so than the odds of being struck by lightning. You had people who searched for, Amanda Gorman, who was like the most searched poet, worldwide. There was a lot of searches related to the COVID-19 vaccinations. This one thing was extremely interesting. So for the first time, more people actually search for how to start a business than how to get a job. That is actually saying something. There were obviously a lot of power outages, so people were searching for that. Um, let's see, what else do we have down on this list? There were a lot of searches that had to deal with, long distance relationship. Also, kind of makes sense, especially because of the lockdown. A lot of people were not able to, travel home. How to conserve is something that yeah, was searched quite a bit. The biggest breakup in the world that was searched, Daft Punk, amazing group. That was something that was, searched a lot. So, these are just some of the searches that people actually did last year, and it's interesting. I'll share a link to this in the description. But so I mean, it's interesting. I mean, we kind of know like how the year went yesterday, but it's completely reflected in what people actually search for too. So this is definitely a very extremely powerful tool, especially when it comes to the world of marketing. And I mean, I know this is a very basic, surface level view, but then that was the whole idea of it. And in subsequent videos, we'll start, going deep. But this was meant to be a lighthearted video. And just to see, some of the funny things that people search for, some of the serious things that people search for. But then the gist of this is, you can identify worldwide trends just by what people are searching for. And if you are starting your own channel, whether it's on Facebook, and you're trying to create content to cater to the audience, this is probably step zero for you to even determine what content you actually want to create. So that's it for this Friday. I hope you guys all have a good weekend. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.